In this time of uncertainty and upheaval, we know that we can experience challenges to our mental health as well as our physical health. In this video, we're going to run through some tips on how to manage your well-being during the coronavirus situation. We know that there are 5 different ways to manage our well-being. These are connecting to other people, keeping active, taking notice, learning, and giving. We're going to run through each of these in turn to think about how you can incorporate them to manage your own well-being.
The first area I'm going to talk about today is connecting with other people. Whilst it's very important that we socially distance from one another in the current situation, it's just as important to compensate by reaching out using other means of communication. So, how would you normally talk to friends and family and colleagues? If it's face-to-face, use social media, Skype, FaceTime, phone calls, Zoom, or even writing to them. This can be very important and helpful in combating the loneliness that we may be experiencing at the moment. Regular contact is very important. Perhaps take some time out each day to establish that contact. Perhaps speak to colleagues and arrange a coffee break at the same time, and arrange video group chats with friends and family, either here or anywhere in the world. I've done something similar. I've set up a group chat with family and friends across the world, and we are really enjoying the contact that we've established with one another.
So the second way to manage our well-being is keeping active. So we know that regular exercise and movement can maintain our positive mood through endorphins. It can also help with things like anxiety and depression. There are different ways that we can all manage to maintain some of that physical activity. It might be as simple as keeping up with your normal routine if you find yourself working from home. Or if you're finding yourself with perhaps a little bit more spare time, then this might be the opportunity to try some new things. Perhaps sort through those photos you've been meaning to do for a while, or try your hand at some new recipes, or perhaps think about trying something creative and artistic, but obviously find something that's meaningful to you. If you're a member of a gym, perhaps look at the websites. A lot of gyms at the moment are offering online classes or tips for fitness at home. If you're not a member of a gym, other websites are also offering at-home fitness tips. So NHS Choices website under Live Well or Sport England. The other thing to think about is if we find ourselves at home more often, it can be very easy to get into unhealthy eating habits. So try to make sure that you still eat well, as this will help to maintain that healthy immune system.
The third area we're going to talk about today is taking notice. There are lots of ways to practice how to refocus your attention onto the activity that you're undertaking. What I'm going to do is use the 5 senses today. So think about 5 things you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things you can smell, and if you're eating something, 2 things you can taste. Also think about 1 thing you can feel. So think about different textures and feelings. You can use this in different settings. A really useful way to think about it is when you're eating a piece of fruit, say perhaps a pear. Think about the different tastes and the smell and the texture of the pear in your mouth as you chew it. You can use this even when cleaning your teeth. But what all of these activities can do is to help you to refocus on the activity that you are undertaking in the moment.
The 4th way to manage our well-being is learning. So we know that continued learning helps to improve our self-esteem. It encourages us to set goals and gives us a sense of purpose. But learning can mean different things to different people, so here are just some suggestions. You could use it as an opportunity to learn more about your friends and family, perhaps things you didn't know about them before. You could read new books that you've been wanting to read for a while, or watch a different type of film. You could try your hand at puzzles or crosswords, or perhaps research something that you're interested in and learn a new language. For me, music's really important and I play the piano, but it's been a long time since I've really been able to practice, learn new songs and improve my skills. Of course, take some time, try out a few different things and find what works best for you. So the 5th and final way to manage your well-being is giving. So we know that acts of giving and kindness help us in different ways. They create positive feelings, a sense of reward, as well as a sense of purpose that keeps us connected to other people around us. There's also a double blessing because the person receiving this help feels better and you feel positive for helping somebody else. There are many different things you can do to help the community as well as people around the world. So here's just a few examples. You could take the opportunity to check in, perhaps if you've got friends or colleagues that you know are socially isolated. Take the time to really get to know how they're doing. And don't worry, it's very normal to worry about how friends and loved ones are doing during this time. Just make sure that you talk about how you're feeling. Could also be the opportunity to do some volunteering and help vulnerable people in the community. So my mum, for example, is volunteering at the moment, delivering food and medication to people that can't get out for themselves. Or perhaps consider using any skills that you have. So I've got other friends that are teachers that aren't able to be in school at the moment that are delivering online tutoring. You could consider using your own skills, perhaps if you're creative or artistic, and delivering online classes for others.
These 5 areas, connecting, keeping active, taking notice, learning and giving, are tried and tested ways of improving your well-being. Get creative and apply some of these principles to each part of your day and see how it helps.